so let's just go through it quickly, see. You can't see it, but I just love the slide that I created yesterday, even though we're probably not going to use it for the "Oh crap, we're idiots." It's like, you know, I was writing the text, it's like, hey, I'm Aaron and I'm an idiot, with like an arrow pointing to you, and it's like the same for me. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. All right, so first story is for secret number 1. You don't need to reach millions to be successful. So that story is, the title is Being Seen, Not Sales. So telling the story of being on TV in front of millions of people and not making any sales, to asking one question and making a sale. So I don't know how you want to do this. If you want to just kind of tell the story.
I think you said something the other day.
I said a lot of it. Most of it is done.
This one was insightful. You mentioned you noticed that I think by drawing. So I'm gonna like kind of write this stuff. I'm gonna kind of bullet point it out as I'm going. So if I get my like body moving, hopefully that will get my thinking part out of the way, so I can just. All right. So let me get my hands really good. Yeah. So I was playing with the story framework earlier. Let's see. Oops. Okay, so I'll do triangle, square, star, R. All right, what's the first? What was the first story?
All right, so the first part of the story is being on TV in front of millions of people and not getting anything from it. And then the second part is the asking one question and making $1 sale.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, this is the before, aka the wrong way to do it, and this is the after, aka the right way to do it. And that's the moment you realize, like, oh crap, I made myself asking a question, yet being in front of millions did nothing for me. I've been doing this wrong the entire time.
Yeah. Okay. So the first part of the story is being in front of millions of people, not being seen, and then the second part is trying to figure out how did I decide to learn. I mean, how did I learn that it grew to just more figure out from this story. Well, okay. If the goal of this thing is just to get it done, we'll just do placeholder. Like, I started taking coaching programs, started asking people to do marketing, and then I tried it, after having learned some stuff, because people don't know about this stuff. So then we made a sale of one question, which was amazing. And then the goal is to repeat that, which I've done other times. Post to post, and sales from it. So, okay. So the feeling of the first story is feeling invisible. So you can be in front of millions of people, share who you are, but don't do it in a way of value. It's not going to move the needle at all in business. You can be seen by, you can be heard by thousands and thousands of people who are potentially your prospects. You don't know how to speak their language, you're essentially invisible. That's the feel of the story. So I went into this opportunity feeling excited. I thought it was cool because I had something unique to share, something interesting that was newsworthy. I shared my perspective in an interview, and then when I saw the interview, they used 3 words of my interview. They used some of my footage, and my friends made fun of me for like the next week because it was an embarrassing thing. It didn't help me like create any credibility. I didn't think to save it at all, on like a portfolio or my reel. I was on the news. I didn't, because of my experience, I was like, there's no way I can use that in anything professionally. So it kind of let that disappear. And so it did nothing to help my career, or so I thought. And so I realized that just getting in front of a bunch of people is not the answer. You also have to learn how to create an opportunity that people want to engage how to make an offer, how to say what you do for people in valuable way. So, at that time I was a kid who was in college, learning about creating media. I was hoping to maybe get a job out of university, and say, hey, I shot some stuff that you guys used, and I was just so embarrassed I didn't even follow up on the opportunity. I didn't even try because I was so disappointed by my own expectations that I just kind of shot myself. I didn't
debating
even
whether just because the audio quality is really bad, so bad that I'm like, I'll just let him talk even though I can't really understand much. So I'm assuming you just need to talk it through to figure out what you need to say. So as long as I don't need to understand what you're saying, we're good.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out like the beats of the story in my head, so that whether we do it like impromptu or we do it like in a structured, like written way, like I'll be able to repeat this story in this sort of format. So I'm trying to figure out the before is like, what's the story that illustrates the failure feeling, or like where they are right now, which is like, I need to be seen by millions of people, my business isn't growing, this is the thing that I need right now. And so I've been there. That's how I felt too, and that's exactly what I felt, and this was the obstacle that was, in my way. It's like I actually got in front of millions of people, and it didn't make me any sales. So I attempted to resolve the problem. So that's that part. The second part is like, well, what did I learn from that? Well, I felt invisible. I felt like I didn't know enough to make use of that opportunity. So I realized I needed to learn some stuff about marketing. So I started taking some marketing courses, I bought some types of programs. I asked people who I knew, and started reading a bunch of development books. So then when I started trying to sell, through marketing, I started to see some different results. So as I began to learn the process of marketing, that started to give me confidence in being able to do things like, like a $200,000 launch. We launched that with like a 30-minute program on Facebook Live back in 2017. Facebook Lives were kind of a newer thing. People were selling on them, but it wasn't as common as it is now. Because the coaching industry has kind of exploded. COVID, everybody's just kind of social media. But I've been able to do that, over and over, and now I've gotten to a place where I can sell from one single offer post, or even like one question, posted a single question, and the first person who responded became a $1,000 client. So it's not being in front of millions of people that actually will create a lot of money. You have to actually know how to create an offer. And it's possible to be in front of millions of people in a few minutes a day by using the right kind of tools. Like, for instance, our program, which teaches you how to build a 500 Facebook group, can get you in front of millions of people. But just realize that millions of people is not what's going to make you less. It's being in front of a few people who actually understand the offer that you're giving them, and you can say it in a way that they are able to understand. If they get the value that you provide, those people are going to buy it. So you don't have to be in front of people to make lots of money. You have to actually be in front of red hot prospects, people who are ready. They want to experiment. They're doers. They're happy to give you the money that you ask for. They're happy to ask you for help. They're optimized because they understand what it is that they're buying from you. You don't have to explain a whole bunch of brand new concepts to them. They get your offer and they're willing to commit to the time that it takes you to deliver it. So if you can find people who fit those qualifications, like those are the people that are going to buy it. And that's who we focus on helping talk to in our 5-minute Facebook program. So that's the first story, is like the secret to making sales is not getting in front of millions of people. It's the right people that you're in front of need to be qualified for what you have to offer. You have to be able to say it in a way that they understand. If you can do that, you can make more sales. You can make more clients. And you don't necessarily need to be in front of millions and millions of people. Although there are Facebook groups that have millions and millions of people in them. That is not something that we're saying you shouldn't do. That's not something we're trying to prevent you from doing, but we're just saying learn to, like, if you're not consistently making sales and you have an offer that people have paid you for, like, let's dial in your marketing message first. Let's make sure you have a sexy story. Make sure you have a big space that can expand to millions of people. Let's start with the people that are in front of you and get some consistent sales from the people that are paying attention to you. And then once you have people that are buying from you and having a great experience, you show them how to put your message in front of more people. That's how you're going to get in front of lots and lots of people. So you build a community that is actively sharing, engaging, and promoting what you have to do because it actually makes a difference.
Thing is, like, I understood about half of what you said. I think it makes sense, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, yeah. So the story is kind of is fleshed out. I mean, there's let's see. I can go through I can go through as much or as little detail as you need to. I can explain context of the story that we were doing, why I was there. I mean, I think for the purposes of this, we really just need to hit. I had the opportunity to be on TV. It was in a market that was millions of households. There's tons and tons of viewers. It was on the evening news, the biggest, like, most watched part of the channel, and did nothing to cement my credibility, get any clients from it. Nobody even said, "Oh, I saw you on the news." Like, it was so forgettable, because I mean, other than the 3 or 4 people who knew me, and I said, "Oh yeah, I was on the news," they watched it and then they were like, "Ha, that was terrible."
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. It's just
My best friend.
I only hear what you tell me about it every time. It's, dramatic.
Yeah, it's my best friend that I went to his wedding. He went to mine. He actually lives here in Texas, so we've been down to see him and his second wife a couple times, but he ripped me about it a couple of times. He's like, you look so stupid on the news. It was just really funny. All right, so the second
Yeah, so you feel comfortable.
Story is about, yeah.
I'm just wondering for the PowerPoint, do we want to put
Mhm.
like bullet points or do we just kind of like want to stop screen sharing and then we just see you as you share the story?
Mm, yeah, we should put some bullet points. Like the more that we can make it like um, repeatable or like consistent. So I'm trying to think the best.
Let's begin with
Do
I'm
them. I mean, I think I could be wrong, but I think one of the things that my friend says is like they made you look like an idiot. It's like just because like the way that they edited the clip, and it was just. I mean, I didn't really have a lot of usefulness to add, like in terms of the commentary, because they had their agenda for how they wanted the story to play out, and so um, I was very much a side character in their thing. So um, the little bit that made it on was not that funny. Trying to think.
Yeah, what would be the bullet points to kind of walk them?
Hmm.
Maybe in the beginning we don't need it.
Yeah, let's just yeah. So if
Talk.
we're trying to just get this out, yeah, let's just do it. We'll talk about.
All right, let me just put this in the notes so we make sure we don't forget. So being in front of TV, ask one question in one second. So that's going to be in the notes. Oh, I didn't know you could put stuff in bold in notes. And I'm just wondering what to put on the slide though. I'll use. All righty. All right, then I guess we can do the stories first and then we can move on to social proof, or do we want to do story and find the social proof for that story every step?
Say that again.
Because we need a like one social proof for the story. So it's like this story is about being seen by millions, and you know, it's like you don't. The principle we're selling is you don't need to reach millions to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the story, you share the like you know rapid launch strategy, and then it's like
Mm-hmm.
here's an example of someone that I helped that illustrates the principle of they don't need a huge audience to be successful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we can put a picture of Randy Hyden. I'm pulling up my Descript right now. I have a. Let me look up the phone.
Let's go check.
I didn't hear what you said.
Right, so I guess I'll go on Facebook.
Hmm.
Oh, that's what he looks like. Okay. There's a one time I had a conversation with him. He was like sitting in shadows and I could barely see anything. I made a typo. Where did I say this? Ah, okay, that's where I see. That was weird. So what would be the story for him?
For. Do you
Like,
just
on the
need like a social proof quote?
Yeah, like we can just have a testimonial, like you know, whatever something he says, but then you can kind of share the story of, you know, this is who he was, this is how I helped him, this was the result that he got. And it's like as long as his story
Yeah.
is it illustrates the principle of he didn't need a huge audience to be successful.
Say that again.
So on the screen, we can just have like, you know, social proof or like feedback or testimonial or whatever that is. But like if you share his story, well, not if, you kind of need to. It's like as you share his story, just make sure you illustrate the point that he doesn't need a huge audience to be successful. So it's kind of like, this is an example of how you don't need a huge audience to be successful can work for everyone. That's kind of the point.
Okay, gotcha. So we're trying to use other examples besides us to demonstrate the principle. Okay, so in that case, Randy's a terrible person to use because he still hasn't launched his offer. Let's see. Do I have a call with Jemima? I think I have a call with Jemima.
And if we don't always kind of like trick it and be like, this person, like, you know, created this very small community and is getting consistent sales and just kind of share their story, even if you didn't help them, it still illustrates the point of you don't need to reach millions to be successful.
Yeah. Okay. So let me. You know what? Marcus would be a good person to highlight because he's done the 5 minute, like the Insta launch. You know, with the launching your group, and he's been inviting people to it regularly. He's already got clients that have paid him. He's a good example of like people that are making money right now using our exact system. Marcus Prendergast. Let's see. This. Well, where is
That.
Paul Marks? Search.
August. feel like I'm going to annoy myself today.
Probably not.
Probably just. All right, insert emoji. Wait, why isn't it wrong place again? PowerPoint.
Okay. So the quote from Marcus, I think that is a good quote is
The 5-minute Facebook group.
sorry, say that again.
Oh. In the chat or in Messenger?
I can send it to you in Messenger.
I thought you said you sent it to me. I'm like, I don't see it.
Nope, I didn't send it to you.
Is it a screenshot or is it like actual text that I can copy?
Yeah, it's text. It's not a screenshot, so it's from a call that I transcribed.
Yeah, by the way, all but one issue has been resolved for the funnel, and it's the spacing at the bottom. I contacted support, and it seems like they have some custom code. So contact whoever made the code for you. And I'm like, I apparently made the code without realizing it, so I don't know how to fix it. But they're like, we can't help you because it's so, yeah, there's nothing we can do. So I'm gonna try to play with it. Worst comes to worst, it's just a space at the bottom. So let's just hope no one scrolls down.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is that second part, the product launch expert? That's just kind of like the title?
That's just his title, yeah.
annoying how in PowerPoint it doesn't automatically create the M dash and the M dash. So it's like I have to manually do it. And yeah, it's not a big deal, but it bugs me for some reason. All right, so let me copy.
Where do you want the photo of Marcus? Do you want in Google Drive or just message?
Oh, I already downloaded it from Google Drive.
Oh. Forgot. Cool. All right, let's see if I can think of another testimony for the next story. The next story is community hall. It's
Happening right now. You're just
what's that?
I'm just wondering, like, should I include the product launch expert for barbers and beauty professionals as the title, or should I just have like his name as the slide title?
Who knows? I don't think our audience will care, so you could leave it off. I can always verbally say it in the context of like sharing the story. Yeah.
It takes less space, and I don't have to mess around. All right. We have Marcus. You know the story for him? You need to like figure that out.
Say that again.
Do you have the story for Marcus that you're going to be sharing?
Yeah, so when Marcus asked me for help, he said he really wanted to start a community, but he just felt overwhelmed and like it was something really hard to do. And after we set up his group, he said, "Hey, you just made it feel really easy. It's so much simpler to understand than I thought." And so he's a guy who helps barbers and beauty professionals launch their products. And one of the things that he said is I learned like you really can't sell a lot of products without building a community. That's why he asked for help. That's why he wanted to start his own community. And the people that he's helping them create more community in their bigger brands because it's important for them to be able to sell more products, to have a customer base that is gathered around the same values. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to talk about.
I'm just wondering, do you have any like stats that you can share?
Well, what he said is he was posting reels on Instagram. He wasn't getting a lot of likes or views, and I suggested that he market to Facebook groups. And he said, "You know what? You're absolutely right. As soon as I started posting in groups, I got like 500 likes on my reels. So it's like it's where my people are, and it's a strategy that works. So, when you find the communities they're already gathered around the values that you're about. So it's really easy to target your people. It's really easy to find your clients.
Okay, that's cool.
It's easier to get better engagement.
It's like
What's that?
You're frozen and then you talk and I'm like, he's not moving. How's he doing that?
Yeah, the connection's super crappy. Sorry about that. I don't know. Maybe here I'll stop my video and see if that helps.
All right, so I think we have.
It's also raining a ton here today, so I don't know if that has anything. Okay.
We can move on to the next story. Let me prepare this, so we'll have the next. Yeah, what I'm thinking for now in the beginning, we can just have like one social proof per secret, and then at the end, when we're actually presenting, like during the value stack and everything, we can present 3 like more general ones, whichever 3 make the most sense to kind of like sell you and the course. Yeah. All right, so story is tried and failed to make friends in college, became a understanding in the community, and then the film festival, which is to demonstrate it's easier to succeed than it is to fail. Are you
okay? So what is it that you need for that? What is it that you need for that story?
For you, you need to figure out like, all right, how do you tell the story so that once we have the webinar, you can actually tell the story.
Yeah. So the first part of that story is being lost and alone. I really wanted to make a friend, so I introduced myself to college. Realized that I didn't know how to make friends, and so then I tried something else. Like I learned that when you gather people around values instead of trying to make friends with them, you automatically become friends. So I got a group of guys together. We went to a film festival, and I could tell the whole story. Like, so we went to the administration. We asked them to give us money before we had films made. So then we had some seed money for the trip. So then we went and made our films. We increased the rest of the money. We called the film festival, told them we wanted to come show some movies there. And hey, we're going to make a documentary about the road trip out there. That's a cool idea. We wanted to show that. So we got all of our films screened in the film festival. That was the one that got us before. And we all became good friends because we were all doing a bigger project together. Becoming friends with those guys was sort of like I don't think we could have done that project and not become friends. It was actually easier to make friends with them than it would have been for me to like spend time with them and not be their friend. But it was because we were doing something else we were focused on, working on something together. And so business is the same. Business is the same thing. It's networking with people. It's being in a relationship with people. And when you're trying to get clients, when you're trying to make sales, and that's the outcome you're focused on, it's actually really hard. It's not impossible, but you're focusing on the wrong thing that actually drives the sales, which is the community and the relationship aspect of being in business with other people. That's what your business actually is. It's a reflection of the relationships that you have with other people. So I ended up having this awesome story running this film festival. And I ended up with a bunch of friends out of it. But I wasn't even trying to make new friends. I was trying to help some people go to this film festival. So if you help people build community, guess what's going to happen in business? You're going to get clients out of it. So trying to figure out how would I demonstrate that. I mean, I think and you don't really need to know tons about building community because that's what our Facebook group course is about. It's like knowing exactly the right steps to do that will facilitate and create community. But I think we could talk about Brian as a case study. It's like this guy works, when he wants to, takes time off, he lives in Hawaii, and he's sold programs to people like Russell Brunson, who has used his ideas on community and built one of the most interesting communities and award programs in marketing out there, which is like the ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club Award. A lot of people who are in marketing have heard of that. That is very deliberately a community-based incentive. You want to be one of those people who has that award. Like that's, it's not just the money as the object. It's the prestige, it's the reward. It's being an owner is having status and having accomplished something. Those are all ideas that you can build into your community, even if you're not offering the credibility or prestige of something like a 2 Comma Club Award. You can still create community values around things like that. And Brian does this really well. He's opened up his Facebook community to everybody there. And there are a few people who own that community and act like it's their own. There are people who are getting clients from his group over and over, and he doesn't compete with them because he's got a really clear offer. He knows exactly who he's talking to and who's targeting. And he gets clients every week just from having a group, just from having a community. And he's done that by creating a space that is an active community. There's already movement and activity there that he doesn't have to stoke and provoke. Like that engagement is happening whether he's there or not. I did a project with one, and he said, I took the weekend off. I did nothing. I spent maybe 15 minutes checking messages, and I still made, over $2,000. Paid off, paid my house bill for a month and all electricity and utilities. That's what having a community can do for your business.
Yeah, sorry, I can't really hear that well. I'm just letting you process everything, so I'll take it personally.
Yeah. No worries. I think I have what I need for that.
Okay, cool.
And for the testimonial on that one, I would say let's use the one that's on the sales page with Brian, where Brian says, well, actually, no, I think I can find some other stuff from him, but because he did a post where he talks about Facebook. I know exactly what I want to use from him. Freedom Initiative. Dee-der-dee-der-dee-der-dee. All right, join me and welcome.
I don't.
Shifting. What was that?
I finally found a solution for the images, but it's only working for one of them. For mine, it works perfect. For yours, it screws everything up. So close, yet so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Here we go.
Easy doing this. Why does it? get it. I really don't.
All right. Here's a quote from Brian.
All right, and what would be
What would be his what?
his title? Kind of like for Marcus, it was barbers and beauty professionals. What would this be for Randy?
He's marketing. You know what? Instead of just putting generic titles, we should put the names of their groups because they're all group owners.
Yeah. There's definitely something going on over there.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Randy. I'm sorry, Randy. The quality of the image is really bad though. For the website, it's not that, like, it doesn't really show because it's small, but on the power, is there a different image that we can use that would be better? Let me check it.
image of what?
Brian, because the image from like his Facebook profile is really bad quality. Just go check on Facebook. He doesn't have that many pictures of just him. Oh, there's one of them where he looks yeah, never mind. I was gonna make a stupid joke. There we go. That's a good one. Oh, that's 5 years old. That's gonna be all right. I keep saying in the wrong place. Dang it. All right, can you send me the name of their Brian is the Freedom Initiative, or do I, like, what's the full image? Go on Facebook and get it.
Yeah, that's
All right. Do you know the name of Marcus's group, or can I find that on Facebook? Because I'm not friends with him, so it might be harder.
Yeah, it's bigger brands for barbers and beauty professionals.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, those two done. So the third one is the secret is how to get other people to build your audience for you. And the story is Dreams Roy's Bible Studies group. And apparently I can't talk.
Say that again?
So this is the failed Hollywood dreams. Roy is Roy's Bible study. Why Roy's?
Yeah.
To say.
Mm-hmm. This one is the. Is this one about you're working like hard work kills your business? Yeah.
Yeah. In essence, it's more like you don't need to do the work. So the domino
Right.
we're trying to over is the external of like, oh, there's something outside that's gonna stop me. So at the time or like whatever. It's like yes, you can because it's pretty much gonna build itself. Minimal effort.
I gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, so that makes sense. The second story is like I thought the problem was me, something that I didn't know. I was like, I just was focused on the wrong thing, but it's like I wasn't the obstacle. It was just getting out of the way. And then this one's like the external obstacles are not the issue. It's like you don't have to do the work to make it happen. Okay, so the story is I wanted to stand out. This is what I wanted. And I needed to do everything myself. The obstacle was the obstacle was me doing it myself. Wasn't listening to what my audience needed, what my mentors were saying, and so I tried to do the whole thing, writing the script, scheduling everything, directing it, editing it, putting it all together. Just didn't get a lot of outside feedback, input in the creative process, and so first part of it was screened in the land project shelved. So let's see, what did I learn? Well, I felt terrible because my dream project like crashed and burned. So then I met Roy, who was coming from a similar place. He had a very similar story in that he was brought in to take over ministry for somebody else. There was a lot of politics involved, and long story short, he basically started from scratch. And I don't even know that it was a share investment. I don't know, maybe I don't need to show that because it's just a bump in the, it doesn't streamline me. So I met Roy, well, I met Roy a long time ago. I started working with Roy and watching him build a community. And he didn't do very much work at all. And he let it grow organically on its own. And he grew it to standing alone. So, what did I know? And how so results that I get from it.
Finally fixed it.
Finally fixed something?
Yep, the registration page with this stupid space at the bottom. Of course, if you want, you can go check and then tell me like, nope, it's just screwed up in
All right, so the registration page is where?
5minfbgroups.com. Just because if this is finally fixed, that means that the entire funnel is done.
What if you could reach millions of qualified prospects for free?
Is there like
what was it that's?
Is there space underneath the images? Of course there is. But there's also
what the deal is.
Right, so
It's really weird. So, okay, it's giving the same amount of padding there. Whoops. Whoa. That's weird.
Yep, it's doing the same on mine. That's weird.
It's super strange. Honestly, nobody's gonna pay attention to it. Besides you.
It's just I don't know
why
on my end, but not on yours. Anyway, whatever. I give up. I officially give up. No, you know what?
So you're saying you
Fuck it.
surrender?
Fucking give up. That's the level I'm at right now. Yay, funnel is done. Not perfect.
Okay.
I'm giving up.
Let's see. So
PowerPoint. Did you finish the story? Were you clear on the story you have to tell?
No, not yet. I haven't figured out how to. Oh. I could just talk about. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, so I know what I'm talking about there. I'll be like, the sitcom didn't work because I was trying too hard. I was trying to do it all myself. It didn't work. I watched the way that Royals used to be. I learned that it needs to be about the people. It needs to be built around what they want and the people what's doing it. And so that's what I did with Monster. And let them suggest, just do a lot of listening, to get my opinion out there. And that thing's still running. Then let's see. What? Do the same thing. For the 20,000 product launch. Did the, uh,
I don't know if you're talking, but I only hear weird sounds.
like that?
Yep, exactly.
All right, I'm trying to figure out what the social proof or what the quote's gonna be. For
Okay,
this.
you figured out the story for this one. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, while you do that, I'm going to go pee. Everything okay over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good social proof quote to use for this, because the feeling for this one is like overwhelm. It's like we're trying to tell people it's like you don't have to do everything yourself. And you know what the right things to do are, just do those. Like you don't even have to do the work and let other people do the work for you. Let's see here. Let's see if I have a quote from Leslie. Because Leslie would be a good.
I was just thinking of a dumb joke. When you think
I
about it,
believe you.
Leslie is more everyone else. Yep.
Let's see here.
Wow. One of posted saying, "What a day! Collected $15,200." If you have a hard time, we can always leave it like this for now and come back later.
I'm looking. I'm sure I can find something real quick.
What might help is if we skip and the 3 testimonials for the course itself, like at the end. That way we have to go through different testimonials anyway, so we might just stumble across one that's a right fit for the other story.
All right, what else do we need to do then?
So we just need 3. What would be the 3 best testimonials to just sell your credibility, sell results, sell whatever. So it's like maybe Roy, where you helped him go from 400 to 4 million. That would be very good testimonial. Although I'm wondering though, because we're kind of making a point of you don't need to reach millions. So is it help get millions? reach millions of people?
We could do a quote from. I mean, does this need to be for the 5-minute Facebook course, or is this like just generic testimonials?
I mean, we're trying to sell the course, yes, but it's just social proof. So it's gonna come after, like, you know, what are you gonna get? So
It's just like, here's some people that I've worked with.
yeah, so it's like, why did we create it? How will it be delivered? What will be included? Who will this work for? And then like we have a list, like, you know, overwhelmed entrepreneurs, coaches and experts, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like we segue into, here's a story of someone this worked, like this strategy worked for. Here's someone we've helped. Here's blah, blah, blah. So it's just like testimonials as social proof to build onto this. So it's like, it's gonna work for all these people. And here are real world people that we've actually helped. So it doesn't need to be that specific. It can be something more general that doesn't necessarily have to do with the course. It's just selling your credibility.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it can be, you know, linked to the actual course, that's even better. But if not, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are the 3 best, like most powerful testimonials that you have? That are either like raving or from people that are like, you know, big in the industry and respected. And it can be more than 3. I'm just like, if we have 3, that'd be good. 1,000.
Okay, here's a quote from Facebook.
And that's someone that's already, like, we already have their picture in the Google Drive, because if not, I'm also going to need their.
I don't have a picture for him.
If I just have a name, I can.
I've Googled what he looks like. I'll do some sort of avatar thing. So this is Nathan from the Digest Life podcast and website, digestlife.com. So, we could get a picture of Bailey or Carolyn. I have pictures of them.
Caroline, I'm assuming.
What's that?
Never mind. So, wondering, like, who's the testimonial from?
Well, it's indirectly from them. The testimonial that they actually wrote and sent me is like super technical and like not very relevant to the audience. But this is sort of like from the Digest Life team on their behalf, from the guy who kind of runs the business side of things. So you could put Digest Life team, like Nathan from the Digest Life team. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. People don't look that hard at testimonials. And if people ask, like, I could tell them the story. That's fine. It's like this was something that I did for podcast.
Images, so they look good. So you can find 2 more in the meantime if you.
Yeah, let's see if I can find some other stuff.
No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah.
Oh, I should find Kevin Samuels. Do I have a picture of Kevin Samuels? I'm gonna need to create like a. Figure out how to do that. Kevin Samuels.
dang it. Uh, yeah. All right. So one down, two more. I'm assuming you're finding testimonials. You're not waiting for me to do something, right?
No, I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking for the.
I just wanted to make sure,
Let's
like,
see
no
here.
kind of thing.
No.
All right. Just take the Google. So is that last part of the testimonial too?
No. It's just whichever one works better for the page. If it's easier to just cut it down to just so totally with it.
Okay. I was reading it as part of the. I'm like, all right, I need to put both. I can find a way to do that. Does she have
Who?
Leslie?
Yes.
What would the name? Yeah, we run a call. I still need the name.
It's called Dogs and Dharma.
Right now, I remember. Dogs A-N-D or like ampersand? And
I think she has a group, but I don't remember. Let's see.
is there a picture of Rebecca in the actually I can just check, that'll be easy. Nope. Do you have a picture of her?
I do not have one downloaded into the Google Drive. Find a picture.
I guess I can search.
Yes,
I just make sure it's the right one. 4 mutual friends, including you, so I'm assuming that's the right one.
I can make somebody else's profile picture my profile picture. That seems
Really?
sketchy.
That is so dumb.
I just clicked on Rebecca Beeson's profile picture, and that's one of the options. Like, make profile picture. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Update profile picture. I can actually add somebody else's profile picture. Your profile picture for Aaron Weber will also be updated on Instagram. What the heck? Facebook, that is no bueno.
Okay, so for Rebecca, you said she has a group. Are you able to find the name of her group?
I think she has a group. I have not found it yet. Let me upload this picture to I'll send it to Messenger right now. I mean, there's nothing to prevent you from downloading somebody's picture and making it.
All good. I found the group.
Profile picture. Oh, you did? Yep. What? Rebecca Beeson.
What I, or you know, she's good at making it easy for people. Probably the latter.
Is it on her link tree?
Yep. That's exactly where I found it.
Because I hadn't looked at that yet.
All-time favorite months for newer.
Blueprint scaling to multi 4 figures. Multi 4 figures. Sounds so low. 25 members. Join group. What describes it? Have a niche.
Oh, we have those 3, so we're still missing the one for secret number 3. So for how to get other people to build your audience for you, and the story is working less, more success. I mean, you could use, I mean, I don't know. I was going to say you could use Roy, but it's like you just, it's like, is it weird to use his testimonial or does it just make sense?
I could. We could. So getting there, let's
kind of like, you know, you tell the story talking about Roy at the end. It's like, hey, that's how I realized. It's like, then you kind of tell the story of help me realize but I also helped him do that.
Let's see.
The thing is, if we're able to webinar today, like we could start inviting people tomorrow, and then tomorrow we can just practice the webinar a couple times. That way we could give it on Wednesday if anyone's interested.
All right.
Testimonial, then all we're missing is this is more down the line, but it would be really cool if we're able to use like the selling points in your bio to foreshadow the testimonials later on. So it's like help the client go from like 400 to 4 million, and then boom, later on testimonial of that exact person who went from 400 to 4 million.
Oh, wait, say that again?
That doesn't matter. I'll let you focus. Sorry, I'm just distracting you.
Tell me what you think of this. I'm not sure if it feels like it's a little out of context or it feels like it's relevant for what we're doing. Got other emails and stuff that can come through too.
The first part just kind of out of context. What does that mean? We should talk about how you'd like to connect your community coaching to these. The second part is great because it's just like it's very simple and it's like it sells you. The first part, I'm trying to understand what it means.
All right.
Like it could always be just the second part, like part of what you're doing and how you're doing it, and then you explain.
Yeah, I mean, like with him as like, since I've pointed to him as a mentor in the context of that story, it's like that could be fine. There's plenty of other results-based testimonials, and you know, if we give the right context of like who he is, and that he's like the head of a like international media organization that has like millions of people, it's like just that is fine.
So what would his description be? Like a group?
Best-selling author and speaker director of Faith for Today. I have
And speaking director, you said?
speaker, ampersand director.
Of Stand for Humanity?
What's that?
What's the name of the organization?
Faith for Today.
Wow, I was way off. I had Stand for Humanity. And I'm going to need a picture of him.
Why is this not? Oh, okay.
Mm, mm, mm.
Choose the word, dude.
All right, I'm gonna upload the images that you sent me to the Google Drive. That way we're gonna have them if we need them in the future.
Okay, cool. Interesting.
I'm just looking for a picture of Roy, and I'm really tempted to use the Star Wars Day One, May the Fourth be with you.
I think I have put one in the. Oh, it's in the social proof folder. It's not. No. Let me see here.
This one is now trying to find one that looks good. Ah, there we go. That works. Ready? Right. All right. Let me upload one to the Google Drive too. All right. We should have all the testimonials. That should be good.
There's one that's like kind of in social proof format. It's like steal that.
You use that.
Whatever. What's that?
What you send me that for the quote or for the picture?
For the picture.
Okay.
And it's got like his little official like title and stuff. You can see how he wants to sign stuff.
For today. Should I put Pastor Roy?
Sure. Yeah. That's part of his official title, so yeah.
Even though, you know, even if people aren't religious, like it still gives more authority.
Yeah. Alright.
Alrighty. So let's go check the PowerPoint. Double check, but all we're missing is the
No, it's on this one.
Sure.
I said it's on.
That's fun. Oh man. All right. Is there anything else specific I need to be looking for? I'm still kind of like just browsing for a better quote from my, but I could.
Nothing specific. We have what we need. Like we can add more or, substitute for better ones later. But for now, like we're pretty much good. All we're missing is the origin story. There's also, we need to figure out exactly what we want to include as the selling points for the 5-minute Facebook group course. Because everything else we've done, we kind of like skipped over. So we need to go back and do that. So far, this
Okay, cool.
folder text. So we have launch, grow, monetize, step-by-step engage, create your selling stories. You want to buy from you, 5 minutes of work per day. So simple, it's to fail, but that was just a placeholder text that in. So we just need to figure out what are the of the course itself. So this is not the live version. They need to be different because the live version we have 25 daily live implementation sessions with integrated accountability, 25 live feedback sessions. Yeah, okay, how do we want to change that? Because we're going with the 5 minutes of work followed by 55 minutes of just hanging out, answering questions, having fun, like getting to know each other. Is that still the plan?
I didn't quite follow that. Ask me that again.
Initially, we're talking about 5 minutes of step-by-step and then 10 minutes of you going in and, providing feedback and reviews for the groups and stuff like that. And what if we just focus in on the easy and fun? So the easy is 5 minutes of work, and then there's 5-minute follow-up. And know each other and ask and whatever you.
I'm still only hearing 30% of what you're saying for whatever reason.
Is it
super choppy?
Bad or is it?
Yeah, it's the audio just keeps dropping out. So maybe let me take a break for lunch. I'll go eat and then maybe I'll call you back in, I don't know, 45 minutes or so, and let's see if it's any better.
All right, just keep in mind, I have a limited amount of time because I have to hop off at, hold on, I have a date at 3, so I need to, 2 at the absolute latest, which would be.
Okay.
3, we need to. Yeah.
So what do we still need to complete? What are we still missing?
Just the selling point of the 5-minute Facebook group course, and then the origin story.
All right, I don't think the selling point stuff is. Let's hash out the origin story thing because this has been. Let's.
I want to take a break. That's not a problem.
Well, I do wanna kind of make sure that we maximize the time that we have. So. Let's see. What are some of the different ways that we can approach this? We could talk about how we literally. I'm trying to remember what we talked about the first time that we got on the call. I remember talking about being you like us both talking about being like kind of we used to be introverts and getting interested in like getting to know more people. Um, for me, it's sort of like okay, what we're talking about yesterday or Friday or whatever. No, I think it was yesterday. It was like we need to introduce ourselves.
We already did that earlier on in the web.
Right. Okay. So thank you.
This story is about the concept. That's the big domino.
Okay. So this is the big domino.
If someone is a like right fit with that one story, we can already get them to the point where they're like, yes, I understand. I want this. I'm willing to buy.
Okay. So instead of trying to prove to them like
Basically,
how the
it's
system works.
how we discovered what we're selling. That's pretty much it. It's like for ClickFunnels, it's the origin of like how he discovered the power of funnels and like back end like upsells and stuff.
Yeah. So I feel like the two components to this are the like how easy it is to set up a Facebook group and put actionable information in there, which again when Zoe was born, and then it's like the mastermind community, which was our version of experiencing community.
I made that. So it's not from
Thank you.
translation.
Okay. I think okay, I think this is the flow. So the big domino is we need to get them to buy that a 5-minute Facebook group is what they need for their business because that will reduce their overwhelm. And we're going to break down a 5-minute Facebook group, what that means. What is that? Because they don't know what that is. So what we're going to walk them through is the first thing, which is like community is like the pillar piece of it. It's like if you have an actual community experience, you have guaranteed growth. It's like you get the right people, connected to each other. It's like you're not gonna sit on your butt. It's like this is what facilitates progress. Every single business is some sort of relationship, transaction, process that happens with somebody interacting with somebody else. Doesn't matter what it is. So if you make sure that real community is happening in your business, you're going to guarantee that your business is going to move forward. Now, how do you build community? It's like we believe that community is important. Lots of people ask about like communities, like how do I find a good community, or how can I create my own community? And that's what we show you to do. We use Facebook groups to create community, and we have a step-by-step process that takes 5 minutes a day to do it. But what we're showing you how to do and build is not a Facebook group, but an actual community. So if we break it down to the simplest component, what this is a simple mechanism to create this community. So then we can just really focus on the mastermind community experience and what it felt like to connect with Jessica and Bobby, and like we could even go back through some of those calls at some point and find like a few I just realized moments from all four of us, and share like what that transformation kind of looks like, it feels like. That is the outcome that people are looking for.
That does make sense.
Like the transformation.
We introduce each other, and then we're like, hey, we're business best friends. And it's like, let us tell you how we became best friends. Then tell the story of the mastermind, and it's like that is how we became best friends. Without that mastermind, we wouldn't be here right now. It's like, even though we're not really sharing the story of like how we became best friends, because like that process really was through floaching and all that, but it's like what caused that was the mastermind. So all right, so I guess we need to rework that. So far it's like I have the oh crap, we're idiots.
Well, I think we can. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying like that's the approach we're taking, but if we focus on the mastermind, maybe we can get rid of that. Or do we still keep?
Sorry, get rid of what?
The oh crap, we're idiots, because that was going to be like the theme of the story before, but now that we're focusing on the mastermind, we still need that.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's super relevant.
Should,
I think we can still share it as like, here's a personal insight into us. Like when you and I met, we sort of bonded over this sort of like, kind of like dumb, stupid stuff. So we just talked and, had these long, like 2-hour walk and talks. And those conversations is where we came up with the idea for our group mastermind. So what we did was
yes and no. I mean, the mastermind already existed before. It's just after, like when we started doing that, hey, let's do a challenge. Challenge as a result of that, but like the mastermind came first.
Right. I sort of think of like the challenge as the mastermind, like what the mastermind was intended to be, it didn't really pan out.
Yeah.
And
true.
what our group became was sort of like something so different that was like, this is its own thing. But that's just kind of like it's sort of like a semantics. It's like, I don't really care what you label it.
Okay.
But that's kind of what I'm referring to is like, not so much the mastermind, but like our soul family group.
That's the name. That's the name of the story, Soul Family. Perfect. Okay, so I think if we just share like kind of the general story of the mastermind, and then kind of at least one story for each of us, how like
Oh, dude. Actually, we should talk about the mastermind because, like, in the storytelling framework, in terms of like, okay, we met, we were friends, we were hanging out and spending time together. We liked doing that. We were part of a mastermind together, which the goal was to help us network, make progress in our business. That whole thing fell flat because we were really focused on an action or an outcome instead of a value that was connecting us. Then we had a group of people who were in that mastermind. We kind of felt the group was sort of like falling apart, and we all 4 of us were like, but you know what? In our life, we're like, I'm asking myself, what does it mean to have integrity? And we all realized that was something that was important to us. We all said like, yeah, I'm interested in knowing more about that. I kind of want to just talk about that instead of our business stuff. So a smaller group of us said, well, let's just meet and just talk about that. Let's just be ourselves and share what's going on in our lives. And that was when everything changed. Like that group kind of like gelled in a way that the mastermind never did. Because instead of focusing on an outcome, we started focusing on what value connects us all. And so we tried this and it didn't work. And then we learned what does.
Yeah, I like it. And then we can both share a story of how like it changed us. So it's like, I would never have done the ultra marathon if not for this mastermind and the challenge we're doing.
Yeah.
And for you, I don't know what that.
For me, I think I think for me it would be like talking to Sarah about like the like the um what do you call it? Like the oh, you know what? It's well, I could tell either one, but the like the integrity challenge actually made me talk to Sarah about the like the sexting and like all of the like kind of as I was coming out of like the pornography and the like all of that big bunch of stuff where I'm just really clearly trying to step away from that and close that door, and then also talking to Chris about like stealing camera equipment from the church campus. So it's like, I mean, there was some real like actual growth that came out of that was probably more than the average person does on their own. So I think we can show like this is the kind of results that happen when you build real community. Like if you have that built into your business, that's the kind of transformation that can be happening all the time that people are drawn to, attracted to.
I want to include the picture of the whole family group chat image, but I can't seem to be able to download it. Where? Nope, that's the page that I'm saving.
I have a bunch of like screenshots from our calls. I probably have one of like us.
It's just because the image that for the group, it just perfectly represents like what it is, because it's like it's all of us. It's kind of
yeah.
this. Mm-hmm. Like if I put like all four of our pictures with that one picture in the center, and like maybe connecting all of them visually illustrates what it's like. Actually, I mean just
yeah, message Bobby, see if you can give it to you. You think we could ask them like, hey, what was the biggest like thing that changed for you from out of our like integrity challenge?
So let's go. Okay, so let me just go take notes before I make sure we're right. Okay. Here, so what did I want to do? Okay, here. So
I wonder what Giselle is up to these days.
yeah, I haven't heard from her in a while.
Wonder how her mentoring platform she was building panned out.
Don't know. I haven't really spoken to her since I know a long time ago.
She's dead to us.
I think we're all just busy, you know. All right, so your story, how can I describe it? Like 2 words?
I stopped avoiding difficult conversations in life. And that's a big deal for somebody who's like super conflict avoidant. That's like the hallmark of the 9 Enneagram. I just want everybody to be happy and have peace with everything, so it's like we just run away. Conflict oriented.
I'm wondering, should we share something with permission, of course, but Bobby, Jessica, hey, the mastermind is here's what I got out of it, here's what I got out of it, here's what Bobby got out of it.
I mean, I would love
like a 1-minute story of like Jessica like got her first client or like whatever that is, but it's just like a mini story to show like we all benefit from this.
I know what we should be looking for. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of calls where we all just kind of piled on, like supporting Jessica when she was feeling overwhelmed with like just all the stuff that was going on in her life. Like that's one of those things that it's like you may personally be overwhelmed in business, but like you also want to create a space for people who like you can not only just remove that from your business, but like you can take that away from your customers too. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. We don't need to go that far. It's just if we're talking about outcome and overwhelm and that sort of thing, it seems like if we could squeeze in a little thing there about that was one of the things that came out of having a community was that people in the community felt less overwhelmed because they had support. Integrity challenge. Is that?
Probably reach out and explain like, hey, we're doing this. Is it cool like if we share like, you know, a little snippet of something from
I don't think you even need to ask them. I've got gobs and gobs of the stuff. I'll just like we can say, hey, we were thinking about sharing. You said this, and I know that they've both said multiple times like anything in those calls or anything in that challenge, they're like, I'm cool with that stuff get shared. So if I can find a relevant quote for Jessica, we can squeeze that in. At this point, it's like we have your story and my story, and we can move forward with the presentation. If we find something we can drop in for other people, it's like that would be cool too.
That's so weird. I was looking through Bobby's pictures to find one. Like I found one in 2017. He has like shorter hair, like cut stylishly on the side, and beard. I'm like, who is this guy? Right, I guess we have everything now. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, no, we don't have everything.
Nice.
We're still missing.
What were the selling points that we needed to do?
Selling points for the 5-minute Facebook group. Once we have that, we have everything. So I'll just need to go back in and like tweak a few things and make everything look good and make sure like all the animation is there. But in essence, we should have. What are the selling points? Okay. Facebook group course, like the pre-recorded version.
So when you say selling points, are we're talking about just literally like marketing copy for like, here's reasons you should buy it?
Well, it's like as an example, the live version, there's like the 25 live implementation sessions. There's the 25 live feedback / networking sessions, access to the recordings,
Oh,
Q&As, and much more. And let's say business best friend masterminds, lifetime access, training, teaching you how to craft a story, feedback from the community and us, support from the community and us, networking and making friends, maybe even via BBFs. It's like that kind of stuff.
I mean, that sounds great.
Well, I mean, that's from the live version in the masterminds. It's like we can't reuse the same thing, so we need stuff like that that are specific to the course itself. So far, like the only one that I see that would work really well is like launch, grow, monetize.
All right, well, let's just copy some ads. Let's see here. We pull up the ads that have been saving.
All right. There's also
Also what?
5 minutes of work per day.
Yeah.
So I'm putting work in quotes just because it's like, yeah, it's work, but it's actually kind of fun. Like the selling story, that's more like, I don't think we need to include it.
No overwhelming technology or
Okay.
or complicated software.
How about a simple step-by-step system that even a trained monkey could do? Because then we're kind of setting it, foreshadowing the monkey later on.
I mean, yeah, so I mean, I would say I would do that, and then, but be like, or if you're short on monkeys, you can get your VA to do it. But it's sort of like it's simple enough anybody can follow.
It's so easy, even an idiot like you can do it.
Yeah, we want to be careful of comparing like the coach or their VA to the monkey, but it's like
No,
this is how easy it is.
no, of course, we'd never want to insult them. Right. Logical progression. So it's like launch, grow, and monetize. It's a simple step-by-step system. So easy you could do it. It only takes 5 minutes of work. It builds itself. How do you want to sell that?
I would say like
expansion, integrated self.
I would say like exact, like exact. Exact instructions, so you don't have too many options to choose from. Or I'm trying to figure out how to say it.
Reduce overwhelm, so it's easier to succeed than it is to fail. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. Built-in community support.
Mm-hmm. The same strategies we're using to grow our business and using to help using to help our clients.
Tried and tested method.
Yeah, sure.
How about tried and tested methodology? That sounds more professional than methods.
Sure.
I think that's good. We don't necessarily need anything more because we have launch, grow, monetize, simple step-by-step system, 5-minute work, minute per day, designed to reduce overwhelm so it's easier to succeed than to fail, built-in community support, tried and tested methodology, and much more. I think just that is good. And I think those are things we can like. So in theory, the webinar is done. I just need to go and like flesh out that last page for the origin story, images and stuff like that. From that, pretty much everything's there. This is cool. It's like I've worked so much on this that it's like it doesn't impress me anymore. But when I'm going through it and I take a step back, I'm like, this looks really professional. All right, so I think we're good. So yeah, if you want, I'll just finish this today, and if you want, tomorrow we can hop on and practice. Because now the funnel is completely finished, built out. All that we're missing is the engagement firestorm on the back end that can easily be uploaded. We might need to test for when we create an event, because when I join the mastermind, when I join the webinar on your, I only got one notification saying like, hey, you know, RSVP, like add this to your calendar, and nothing else, like no reminder. So maybe if you can go back in and check, like to add reminders, is like, you know, the day before is like, hey, don't forget, like the webinar is tomorrow. Maybe the day of the webinar, maybe an hour before or something. If we could do that, that would be perfect.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
Not that big a deal because we're going to be mostly manually at this point, and once we get to the point where it's like, all right, we've tested and proven this, we can, you know, pay to get traffic for this, then we can worry about that. So I think for now we're pretty much set up. All right, let me just go check the to-do list. First draft of the PowerPoint done. To add reminders to my calendar to remind me to reset the timer every week. You need to do the engagement firestorm, and we just need to practice the PowerPoint.
Cool.
So let's see. Let's say, well, technically we're done today. We could say like we're done.
Sweet.
Means 2 months.
Well, I'm excited to I'm excited to do this presentation for the first time.
I am
Like
not.
once we.
Uh, yeah, it'll be fun. So today, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish perfecting and testing out the PowerPoint to make sure that everything appears in the right order and everything looks good. That way, tomorrow we'll go in and practice a couple times, invite people, and maybe we'll do the first one on Wednesday.
Cool.
All right. Nice. Dude, it was funny because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, all right, let's do this and let's try to do it in like 3 hours. We start at 9, let's try to finish at noon. We started maybe 9:30. It's almost 12:30 now. So. All right. So, I don't know if you already ate your entire lunch or just part of it.
Yeah, I have most of it. Yeah, it's good.
All right. Well, congratulations. We did it. It doesn't feel done yet.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take like having done it a couple times and like be able to step back and be like, oh, we should like tweak. Because right now it's sort of like we have the outline for the book, but we don't actually have the book. It's like now we need to write the first draft so that we can be like, okay, yeah, it's like it's there, but now we know what we need to do to polish up and make it look good. So, but I think we have enough like investment with people that even at this stage we could probably wing it and get a couple of people to be like, that sounds interesting. How do I sign up?
Yeah, I think it's hit us when we make that first sale. I think that's the moment we're gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
real.
Well, I have a call with a guy this evening, and he's gonna kind of set up an interview with me tomorrow evening, I think. And so I can do kind of like a soft pitch or roll out for this. Maybe we should figure out what a good like podcast hook for this. Like, what's the lead into get somebody to watch our webinar?
I'm wondering, should we do a trial run?
So trial run in terms of what?
Like, let's say, what if we ask, like, Bobby and Jessica as an example? It's like, hey, do you mind like hopping on and we'll give the presentation and you let us know like what you think from a third person perspective? Or do you think we're like, yeah, let's just jump in and who cares?
I'd be curious to see like real world like cool traffic feedback just to see. I mean, because at this point it's sort of like, it doesn't need to be perfect, but it's like anything that we can hear back from people, like crickets is actually good feedback to hear. It's like, oh, we still need to like do some work on this to make it work. If people are like, oh, that sounds interesting, but why? What about this or that? Or it's like, or that's way too expensive or whatever.
All right. Well, in fact, you want to reach out to the people who you've helped 2 months and who showed interest, just to be like, hey, we're gonna run a webinar on Wednesday about this. If you're interested, like it would be a good fit for you.
Yeah.
Because now we already have everything. The registration is there. Go, they can sign up. The back of the webinar.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So you can even start doing that today. That way it gives people a little time to see if they're available for Wednesday.
We've never scheduled anything for Wednesday. The thing on my calendar is for Thursday.
The webinar is on Thursday? Why did I think Wednesday?
I don't know. I've told you a couple times that it's like Thursday, but for whatever reason, like Wednesday is what's stuck in my head.
That's weird. Make sure that on the sign up form, it's actually the day. Well, that's cool. It gives us one extra day to get people.
Yeah, so let me.
If I put Wednesday, I don't know why. So Thursday, the 20th. Save. And then on the live version, does it redirect? Yes, your calendar for Thursday. I don't know. I don't know why I thought Wednesday.
I don't know.
I guess I'm so focused on like the details that it's like in my head, it's like it's that day, that's it. Like I don't need to think about that anymore.
2 complete sales courses.
All right, so that's updated. I'm going to put reminders in my calendar for Thursday, not Wednesday. Will be good. All right, so I guess that's your main homework now. Invite to the webinar. That's exciting.
Cool.
Hold on, let me just double check my calendar to make sure that everything's okay, because like I didn't expect us to do it this week. I want to make sure that I don't have anything else. I feel like I may have something on Thursday. I'm not sure. Yeah, I do. I have a date. What time is the webinar? It would be 3 o'clock your time. So what time is that for me? I don't know.
It's 2 p.m. Central Time for me.
All right, so hold on. What time is it for you over there now? It's 1.
Right now it's 1:34.
All right, 12:30 for me then. That would be 1 o'clock
for you.
And unfortunately, the time is messed up on the computer just because the time zone is different. I have to check on my phone. I'm pretty sure it's at noon though, so that would kind of not work for me. Yeah, so the date is like 12 o'clock. So no way I can go on the date and come back in time for a webinar. And the problem is I'm like, business is more important. Unfortunately, like it's already planned and I hate canceling on people. Plus, be superficial, she's really hot. So what makes more sense? Do we want to be like, all right, not this Thursday, it's going to be the next Thursday. And that gives us like a little over a week to start inviting people, get everything ready, and we can do more official launch rather than just having like 1 or 2 people on the call.
I think we can practice it tomorrow and or maybe Wednesday if we want. And then like if we have people show up on Thursday, like I can just do it. I mean, it's not like I couldn't tell all the stories.
Okay, so let's do that. So Thursday, this is more like a trial run. So if people show up, then you can give it. If not, then cool, we'll focus on next week. So it officially really launches next Thursday, but Thursday we can do it if people.
Yeah.
Awesome. Whew. We did it.
Yeah.
Man, this is exciting. Like I don't feel it yet, but it's exciting.
Yeah, when we get signups, that's when it's gonna be like, all right, now we're talking.
All right, so just to make sure from now on, I'm going to put the webinar as a recurring event every Thursday. That way I make sure I won't plan anything else for that time.
Sounds good.
So I think if we slot in 2 hours, we'll be good. So that it gives us go through the presentation and answer questions if we need to at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
Cool.
I have nothing to say. It's like we've been working towards this for so long that now that it's here, like I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Is the PowerPoint presentation that's in Google Drive, is that the latest version?
No, that's it, because I haven't quite finished, so I'm gonna do that right now, polish off everything. Once it's done, then I'm gonna upload the new version.
Cool, no worries. All right, well, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, enjoy the rest of your day.